Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, part 2. Yeah, I sort of was rambling down memory lane there and wasn't watching the clock too much. So, first time I've gone into a part 2 for videos. Okay, so as mentioned on the trainer, highly recommend you guys pick one up. It just makes things a lot safer. You can attempt more things, gives you a little bit of peace of mind, and really, you know, I wish I had one of these back in the day. It would have saved me lots of cuts and bandages, if you will. Pretty cool. Let's talk a little bit about the evolution. I got into it a little bit, but let's take a closer look. So, back on the Model 239, a lot of the things that we used to see from this from this T-bar here, this T-pin, to what they're now using, this stop mechanism, this spring latch, which is great. As you can see, and as a lot of people have pointed out, once it's been disengaged, it stays out of the way. So when you're doing any type of manipulation, the lock just, you know, it's there. It does provide another sort of mechanism. You can see you guys doing it, different tricks using the actual stop pin itself, which is kind of cool. You know, different things there. Model 42 with the titanium handles. Back in the day, they offered a stainless steel version, very similar to the design you see here, but in the stainless steel handles. To give you an idea of what they were going for back in the day, I did do a little research and was able to come across a catalog for the dealer pricing, and a similar model 259, I forget what model they're called, slips my mind, but the stainless steel version of the handles is going for like about 125, 129. So a retailer would have probably charged upwards of 150 or so. These guys were dealer price was 45 bucks or so. So, and it was actually advertised as sort of an economy knife. You know, the steels were the same on the blade, just the handles were different. This guy in the dealer, like I said, was about 45 bucks. I can't remember what I paid. I think upwards of maybe 60 or so. You know, and that was a lot for me at the time, you know, for a knife. So, you know, Benchmades were at the time, and some of you guys might remember even before, they were under the brand name Pacific Cutlery. That's a real flashback. And I don't know if it was a merger or if Benchmade bought them out, but Benchmade eventually took them over, and Pacific Cutlery became Benchmade Balisong. I'd have to dig up in the history to see exactly what went on there. But anyway, I digressed again. Getting back into the evolution, you can see here the blade shapes, right, really haven't changed that much. That Weehawk design, same sort of thickness. The swedge has been moved further back on the Model 42 than it originally was in the 259, so that's something they did. Blade thickness, take a look there, much thicker in the older days. Kind of strange, huh? But that swedge starts a lot later, more towards the tip. But overall, you know, relatively the same. Thickness of the handles, not too much difference there. You know, the construction is pretty much the same. Unibody construction, whether it's ZAMAK or the titanium. So, some bit of evolution there. Same little butterfly, a little bit different. Now it says, you know, you can sort of see back in the day. Or actually, I was mistaken before in the original one. On these, they still keep the Balisong label on the butterfly. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Kind of like a trip down memory lane. It's not focusing. There we go. You can sort of make it out. But there's the butterfly. They did hold that over. If you look on some other Benchmades now, the butterfly says Benchmade on it. That's why I wasn't completely misspoken. But for the Balisongs, they've kept it. So it's kind of cool. Well, what I sort of wanted to get into, and what I'm really liking the way it's going, and Cutlery Lover, at least his video, maybe some other guys have done them, but at least on his video and his review of this knife, he's covered some great points, and I just want to reflect on a couple of them here. The first thing is, actually now they're using D2 steel, for you guys who love it. I'm a very big fan. I would love to see a full-size Benchmade in D2. Even though the 154 cm is a great steel, I think it's just great on a butterfly to get it in D2. But the next thing, which I found really cool on this guy, is the evolution of the latch mechanism. It's still spring mechanized, so you know it does have that spring in there, but it doesn't stay in this position. It won't fall down into the area, the closure area, which is good, so it's stopped there, but it doesn't just stick out. You know, it still has some play. It will lock into position in the closed one, which is pretty cool. So if you do close it and essentially make a fixed blade knife, very stiff still. You can do that. Very powerful spring, as you saw there. But the other nice evolution that I really like is the way they've taken the pins and moved it into the handle. Instead of basically being on the old, or even on the new 42, where you have the stop pin on the blade itself and then the basically the catches in the handle, they've reversed it so the blade is the catch pin and the stop pins are in the handles. I think it's a much better design. I think it'll see a lot less wear, and I think it's just the right way to go. Very cool there. This guy, as you guys can probably take a look on Cutlery Lovers video and some of the others, G10 scales, titanium liners, the blue anodized titanium is pretty cool. Might be aluminum there with the titanium liners, but anyway, I digress again. It's a smaller knife, being under 3 inches of the blade. Hopefully they'll get a full-size version. I think it would be great. For manipulation, you could still do a lot with this guy, but it is a bit smaller. They've changed the blade design again. It's not quite, more of a Spearpoint now, with the swedge there and a different type of regrind. Vastly different. So you could sort of see where they've come in the last, oh god, what is that, 15, 16 years? You know, the handles, the material, the steels, but the essence, the soul of the knife, if you will, it's remained the same. You can sort of see here how the progression has happened, and sort of what it was and what it's becoming. And I just can't wait to see what the next generation we're going to look like. You know, I'm no fortune teller or anyone in the future, but I think the 32 is summing up great. The movement, actually the change of the stop lock, or the catch, that's definitely something that's going to be in the new ones. I would dare say that they're going to lose the pin on the blade and go with this design. Hopefully, you know, I mean, 154cm is already a premium steel. Maybe we'll get to see them in S30V, D2 steel on the larger versions. I think that would just be awesome. Again, the titanium liners with G10, that's pretty cool. So, you know, you could see where these, where we've gone, and sorry, where we started and where we're going. Very cool stuff. Just to give you an idea, obviously the trainer hasn't seen as much wear as the old guy, but again, just the tolerances and the way this thing is stood up, very impressive. I mean, the titanium, the build quality, it's taken a hell of a lot of abuse, and it's just not showing as much as that guy has. You know, maybe check back with me in another 10 years and we'll see. But, you know, that's kind of my idea. I wanted to sort of give you guys sort of a look into the past, some of the things where I was familiar with back in the day and thought were just awesome, and then looking back now and seeing where things are, it's just great. So you know, if this is any indication of where the knife industry is going with just this small sampling, you know, spanning 15, 16 years, great things are in store for us, guys. So hope you enjoyed. Any questions, comments, please post them, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the length, but like I said, hope it was at least a little bit entertaining and you guys got something out of it. Cool. Okay, have a good one. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.